Hello again, everybody! Zacatech is here with the Atakline for Monday, June the 24th, 2013. I hope everyone had a great weekend this weekend and staying cool out there. Had the fan going. It's been very hot here in Michigan. It's about 85 here in Michigan, so everyone's keeping cool wherever they are, especially if it's hot here. Now, I had a hot weekend when it comes to gigs. I had 5 gigs in 4 days. Of course, part of my summer tour, my summer jubilee tour, starting on Thursday, my first outdoor movie night in Romeo, Michigan. It was at the community center, the Parks and Rec building on Morton Street in Romeo, Michigan. I was very anxious and nervous about the show I get to play before a movie. They had an animated movie, mostly family movies, because it's, family audience. Hotel Transylvania was the movie. I was the pre-show entertainment, and I'm going to be doing this for the next couple weeks. I'm doing it again this week. Not next week because of the 4th of July holiday, but, anywho, I did it, the first one last Thursday. It was pretty good. Good crowd. It was good weather. About 80 and sunny. It was good weather to go out and have a great time, and people had some line dancing going, cha-cha slide, cupid chop, all the regular line dances, because there was a lot of kids there and a lot of parents there, but mostly a lot more kids than parents. So it was still a fun night, fun, entertaining day. Can't wait to the next one this week. And then on Friday, I had a special needs dance. The theme was around the world this month, and it was an okay special needs. Like, it started off very well. It started off well because I was playing songs from different artists around the world, especially those I don't play often at the special needs, like ABBA. Played Dancing Queen and Twist and Shout by the Beatles. And both those songs got a great reaction. And then, 6:30, I had the first line dance going. And then, starting around 7, people started leaving. And there was a lot of concurring reasons by the time, at 6:30, when I did the first dance set, let's say maybe there was about 50, 60, 80 people. By the time we did the last song, by 7:50, it was 10 people. People started leaving, starting around 7. There's a lot of concurring reasons. It was a nice day again on Friday. It was the first day of summer. Didn't want to enjoy the day before it was night. A lot of reasons. But it was still decent special needs for what it was. Then on Saturday, it was a doubleheader, which was kicking off with another stop at Westview Orchards for Ryan's 1. Now, this is when the hot streak began when it comes to being hot. It was sunny and cool when we started the race. It was Ryan's 1 again. I did it for the second year in a row, and it was like last year, a great turnout. I think about 101. So it was a lot of people there to one, and it was a great time. And everybody who got to do Ryan's 1 got to go in the orchards for free after the 1. Unfortunately, it was 95 degrees when we ended the 1, so we got shut down early like we did for Grandma Kay's last year, another one they do. So it gave me enough time to rest before my grad party for a guy named Tyler this past Saturday night after the rescue show. Now, there was a chance of thunderstorms, but thankfully it didn't happen. And I was expecting kind of a laid-back vibe because this was a Christian family. They specifically requested for Christian music, Christian rock, Christian rap, which we snuck it in with the normal set list, which was fine. And we finally broke the ice. We finally played pop music, and that finally broke the ice. The kids started requesting things. We had a little bit of line dancing go, but not much dancing, but still a lot more dancing than the grad party yesterday I did, which was a grad party in Almont Lions Club for a boy named Justin Demo. I did his brother and sister's grad party 2 years ago for his sister, his mother. I know Miss Demo, who worked at Alma Middle, where I DJ at. The principal was there. And it was already, this party was dead on arrival when it was on a Sunday afternoon for 2 to 7. A boy grad party. It was indoors, and there was no beer. That means a lack of a good party, which it was. There was no vibe at all because, they weren't there to dance. There was no drinking involved. And it was indoors. There's not much to do besides me. I was the only entertainment. Besides them texting on the cell phones and playing cards. That's all the kids did. Not much requesting, so I thought that would be the vibe of the Christian party. But these guys were more deadheads than the Christians. I'm sorry. Christians had a lot more fun than the people at the grad party. To me, I like dancing parties. So to me, I was disappointed because I wanted more dancing. But still, it was more laid back vibe. The vibe wasn't there for a dance set. Not every grad party is going to be a dancing show. But so far, hopefully these next couple of grab parties that I'm doing the next couple weeks will live up to my dance expectations. But it was an okay weekend. Good shows, 5 good shows. I got 5 more shows again this week. Thursday, got another outdoor movie night like I mentioned. There'll be at Bruce Township. Then I'm doing a grab party on Friday, which I'm hoping that'll be a good show, especially the family I know. It should be a fun show. Saturday, once again, at Westview for the community days. Free community days with the governor involved. For 200th anniversary of Westview. Saturday night, got another grab party. And Sunday, Westview again. Both Saturday and Sunday for Westview. So there you go. That's my gig for this upcoming weekend after reviewing weekend gigs this past weekend's gigs for me. DJ Zack Attack. Now, all with the entertainment news of this Atakline. Starting with your new #1 movie in America. Yes, Man of Steel got kicked off by, of all things, Monsters University, which opened with a very impressive $82 million. Destroying World War Z, the big overhyped thriller starring Brad Pitt, which did a very decent $66 million. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I thought it was going to get destroyed, but not bad showing for World War Z. 66, especially, it was all over the television. Same with Monsters Inc. They're both very highly advertised, so impressive showings from both movies. Now, time for some music news, which involves rappers. Last Monday on the Atakline, I mentioned that Drake was going to do a tour called Would You Like a Tour with him and Miguel and Future, which was zipped by the Palace in October. Of course, in promotion of his new album, Nothing Stays the Same. Until now, we've had no release date for it. We'll avoid the overhype with last week being such a big week for album release and album release news, especially Jay-Z announcing his new album coming out next week, next Thursday, 4th of July. And also Kanye's album coming out last week. Drake decided to announce his album release until after those 2 release dates were announced and went. As he announced his album, Nothing Stays the Same will be coming out September the 17th. Of course, preceded by the hit single, Started From the Bottom, and his other songs he's been releasing from his own website, including 4 new songs which may or may not be on the album. So there you go. Release date set for Drake's album, Nothing Stays the Same, coming out on September the 17th. Now, like I mentioned, Drake is going on tour, kicking off September 25th. He announced it last Monday. It'll be at the Palace. Well, this Monday, another rapper decided to announce a tour. And like Drake, he'll also be in the Palace in Detroit. Of course, I'm referring to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. It's been quite a few chaotic months for the rap duo. The indie rap duos had a big successful year with 2 huge #1 hits, with Thrift Shop and of course Can't Hold Us being the first group ever to debut with the first 2 singles at #1. To have first 2 singles go to #1 on the Hot 100. And of course having some underground hits like Rings and Same Love. They've been going on little tours, but it's having the biggest tour to date, as they announced today, a big U.S. Fall Arena tour set to kick off this October. They announced it via a funny little YouTube video on their YouTube page, which will kick off on October the 22nd in Portland, Oregon, and of course be zigzagging across the nation, ending in Seattle, Washington, their hometown, and the Key Arena. Between those opening and closing, they'll be at Chicago, Columbus, they'll be in Boston, New York, and yes, Detroit. Like I said, he'll be at the Palace on November the 2nd. He'll be joined on the tour by Talib Kweli and Big Quit. Tickets go on sale this weekend. But I like Macklemore's strategy. He's going to do a pre-sale for his fans starting Tuesday all the way to Thursday. And he's going to reduce ticket fees. That's going to be kind of cool. And his ticket prices aren't that bad. You know, in Detroit, it's $38, $42, $50. That's the range. The cheap seats aren't as much as the more expensive seats. So there you go. Macklemore going on his big arena tour, kicking off this October with a stop at the Palace here in Detroit, Auburn Hills, Michigan, on November the 2nd. And tickets go on sale this week, this Friday. Pre-sale on tomorrow. Now, on with sports news. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I did a gig on Thursday, an outdoor movie night, which meant I missed, well, the first hour of Impact. I got home, right when Brooke Hogan was talking to the Knockouts, demanding that Mickie James will be defending her title, no excuses this time, against Velvet this forthcoming Thursday on Impact. We also found out that Brooklyn wanted to talk to Brooke, but Brooke left on the advice of her father, and they got attacked later on by Sting and the Main Event Mafia. Well, the man I kind of knew in my head was going to join Sting, the other original member left, Kurt Angle. That was like the big reveal that left a lot of fans gypped, because it was supposed to be a big tease of who's going to join Sting. It's Angle. Hopefully, there was more than just two guys, and I bet you there will be more than two, and they'll be revealed on this Thursday. Now, the big thing of the Impact was, well, the BFG series. Of course, the matches with Mr. Anderson and Joseph. I'll give the results of the matches, and then I'll give you the scorecards. Anderson and Joseph Park was the first BFG match. Like I said, I didn't see that match, but with a little help from the Ace and Eights, Anderson gets the pinfall victory, garnering 10 points for pinfall. Another series match, Jay Bradley took on Austin Aries, with Aries getting the victory with a pinfall as well, getting himself also 10 points. Supermax took on Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels next in the series match, with Daniels getting the victory with a PME and a pinfall, another 10 points victory for Daniels, of course 10 falls, pinfall and all that. Then Magnus took on Daniels' partner Kazarian in a BFG match, with Magnus getting the submission victory. Actually 10 points for submission, 7 points for pin. I am sorry. I'll show you when I tell you the scores. Then, like I said, I did see a bit of Joe and Samoa Joe and Styles, which was a pretty good matchup, which ended up being a draw after 15 minutes, because I think the first round matches are like 10 minutes long. So, they only got 2 points because it was like no contest. It was a very intense fight. And then our main event was Jeff Hardy taking on Bobby Roode, the two former BFG winners. It was kind of another back and forth matchup. Here, of course, Hardy gets the victory with a twist of fate. And of course, here are the scores, the scoreboard. With the submission, the only submission victory of the night, everybody won by pinfall, no contest. Magnus leads the series right now with 10 points. I said 10 points for pin, but it's 10 points for submission. 7 for pin. And tying with 7 points is Hardy, Daniels, Anderson, and Aries. Getting 2 points was Samoa Joe and AJ Styles from the draw. And not scoring yet were the losers of the fights on Thursday, which were Bobby Roode, Joseph Park, Hernandez, Jay Bradley, and Kazarian. Let's see if they can get on the scoreboard this Thursday on Impact. Now on with my WWE Raw preview for tonight, which should be a very intense Raw after last week. Question number 5 of our top 5 questions that must be answered tonight. Where will the feud go between D-Bar and Orton? Now, last week, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton fought on Raw last week, and I thought the whole Daniel Bryan injury thing was a fake, but it was indeed a real injury to Daniel Bryan. He did hurt his neck, and they want to save people from getting concussions after the whole Dolph Ziggler situation. And D-Bar and Orton fought again to another no contest on Thursday, on Friday on SmackDown. So let's see how their feud goes, and hopefully Orton turns heel. That's why I thought, if it wasn't fake, if D-Bar wasn't really injured, if the injury was a fake storyline injury, Orton could have turned heel. That's what I was hoping for when they were carrying D-Bar out. As I said in my review last week, when Orton was walking out with D-Bar after the match Monday, I thought he was going to attack him. But it was a real injury, so he couldn't do it because it was real. But if it was fake, Orton would have turned heel, in my mind. And hopefully one of them will turn heel soon. Question number 4. Will any new matches be made for Money in the Bank? Now, we all know the WWE title match, which I'll talk about in a few seconds, after they troll last week, after a fake retirement troll segment by Mark Henry. And hopefully we get to find out when Dolph Ziggler gets his rematch. Hopefully Dolph Ziggler will get a rematch for the world title at MITB after attacking Buddha Del Rio last week. Now he's a face, so hopefully we'll find out the rematch and other matches tonight on Raw for Money in the Bank. And also, who's going to be in the Money in the Bank match for Raw and SmackDown, hopefully, this week as well, for both Money in the Bank matches. Question number 3. How will the power struggle between Vince and Triple H continue? And how will Vicky Guerrero react to being manipulated by both Vince and Triple H? Now, Triple H and Vince McMahon have been having a power struggle storyline for the last couple of weeks. It really elevated when Triple H told Vicky to punish the Shield, yet didn't punish the Shield after Vince was there. So basically, Vicky is caught in the middle of the power struggle with Vince and Triple H. We'll see how that power struggle continues to affect Raw, in effect, the moves of our supervisor, Miss Vicky Guerrero, and of course her assistant, Brad Maddox. Speaking of Shield, it can make a comeback for SummerSlam. Now, before we get to the top 2 questions, of course, it's a topic that's on everyone's mind that I need to comment about. Before I get to the top 2 questions about Raw. Today just so happens to be the death anniversary of Chris Benoit. 6 years. Wow, can I believe it's been that long? No matter what your views are about how he died and how he killed himself and his wife and his kid, you gotta acknowledge the fact he was a great, tremendous wrestler. I've been watching a lot of old SmackDowns and Raws lately from the year 2000 when Benoit first came to the WWE, and he was a great athlete, Some people may not like the way he died, but like I said, you gotta remember him as, like, Michael Jackson, whose death anniversary is tomorrow. Like, people like me want to remember Michael Jackson for the good things. Want to remember Michael Jackson for the music and the memories of his performances, not of the memories of his child molestation trials. Same with Benoit. We should focus on remembering him as a wrestler, and not just because not remembering him for killing himself and his kid on a award wage. So that's all I gotta say about Benoit and WWE, who's pussy to acknowledge him. Hopefully, I'm hearing that there's a campaign to make Chris Benoit a trending topic on Twitter tonight and make him mention it. Buy back to $10, even if Benoit becomes a trending topic on Raw, they probably won't even mention it. Because it's WWE. So with my Benoit thing out of the way, top 2 questions for Raw. Question number 2, what will go down tonight between John Cena and Mark Henry? Now, I did not really think that Mark Henry was going to use a storyline retirement as a storyline. I thought he was going to really retire. But hey, it was a good move. It was a good draw on the fans, faking his retirement, and World's Strongest slamming Cena, causing the feud between him and Cena to start, of course, culminating with the match at Money in the Bank. How will Cena retaliate against Mark Henry for what he did last week? We'll see how Super Cena reacts to Henry. And it's kind of weird, I said in my review that it's kind of weird that Mark Henry was involved in the match after Mania Raw that caused the Cena Ryback feud to start. And now Mark Henry's going to feud with Cena now. So there you go. Let's see how that feud develops. And of course, the number 1 question that must be answered tonight. How will CM Punk answer being F5 by Brock Lesnar last week? Now, CM Punk has now officially disassociated himself with Paul Heyman, turning face and making Paul Heyman stay in the back for his match against Del Rio last week. But in Heyman's mind, he said to Punk, basically, you turn your back on me, you turn your back on the entire Heyman organization. And I heard later on that this wasn't in the script. There was a last-minute thing with Brock Lesnar coming in. He didn't even come until like 10 o'clock. Want to make it secret and everything. And not anyone to leak it out that Lesnar's in the building. And he F5 Punk to end Raw. Now, I said that it would be a match for Money in the Bank. But looking back on it, why would you waste that big profile of a match at Money in the Bank? In my mind, they should make it for SummerSlam. Although last time Brock Lesnar wrestled at SummerSlam, which was last year, the main event with him and Triple H, that sucked. But this time it's Lesnar and Punk, so it should be somewhat exciting. It's going to be kind of weird to see Punk feud with Lesnar. And we'll see how Punk not only retires to Lesnar, but I bet you he'll retaliate in some way to Paul Heyman tonight for basically sicking Lesnar on Punk after Punk turned his back apparently, and indeed on Heyman. Despite the fact Heyman said that Punk said, I'm still a guy of yours, I'm still a Heyman guy, but I don't want you in my corner right now. But in Heyman's mind, it was a backstabbing. That's what happened That's why I think Lesnar did what he did last week. We'll find out this and more on Raw tonight at 8 on USA Network. That is it for the Atakline for today. I'll see you all later for my Raw review this evening. And with that in mind, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you very much for watching. Keep cool out there, everybody, no matter how hot it is in your neck of the woods. Especially like it's in here in Michigan, it's like 85. Yeah, keep warm. Keep cool. I'll see you later. Yeah.